Here's my audience. Food security in America, ways to ensure healthy eating for all. Although the U.S. is trying to help distribute healthy foods to those in need, there are ways and things we can do on our own to help the food crisis. Although some of us know where our next meal is coming from, not everybody is that fortunate. 1 in 7 people in the U.S. still go hungry. Although we have programs to help end hunger, they do not help 100%. So now it is up to us to fill in those gaps and help food insecurity in America. Okay, so the government mission is to help end and reduce food insecurity, but you might be wondering what exactly that is. So the Feeding America organization defines food insecurity as individuals and households where the members are not sure where their next meal is coming from. Among this category is the very low food security, which is categorized by consistently having to skip meals due to food shortage. So that is just an awful thought, people having to completely skip meals and not eat because they have no food and they have no money to pay for it. So this is where the government created the SNAP program. And it might sound familiar. The SNAP program is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and it helps stretch your food budget. It's formerly known as food stamps, so that might ring a bell to a lot of people. It's very common, a lot of people are on it, and there's no shame about it. It helps people eat and get the food they need to survive. It's a great program, but unfortunately, it does have its faults. It does not help everybody because remember, 1 in 7 people in America are still going hungry. So let's take a look at how exactly we need to help because SNAP cannot help everybody. So there are 1.8 million people on SNAP in the US. The majority of these are children. And that's a sad thought because thinking of children going hungry, it does make you want to help. So I hope that hearing that statistic makes you want to help people that are in need of food. The problems with SNAP, first of all, if you have SNAP, you can only use that assistance at SNAP locations. So not all grocery stores accept SNAP. So if you go somewhere and they don't accept it, you might be out of luck. You might not be able to afford to get food somewhere else. So that's a availability problem. And especially if you don't live in a city where most places do accept it. Also, food prices. So with SNAP, you have a limited budget. You get money each month, and that's all the money you get until next month. So if you blow it all at once, and then you don't have any money to spend on the rest of the month. So you need to be really careful, and you need to budget very carefully. This is a hard concept, and it's a sad one because right now, food prices are at an all-time high. So this forces families to buy cheaper food because they need the most food, especially if you have multiple children. You're spending money on things that will get you through the month. Cheaper food, and bulk food is cheaper too. So here, because you're buying primarily processed foods, you're not getting the nutrients you need, and you're also having these deficiencies, and you're eating poor food, not nutritious food. So Rebecca Rissman, author of Processed Food, explains processed foods, contains high amounts of sugar, fats, and salt. These ingredients are harmful when eaten in large amounts. So because this population of people is forced to eat these foods, they're containing these harmful additives like sugar, fats, and salts. We might not be forced to eat those kind of foods because we can afford whole foods, but they are very expensive and not everybody has that luxury. So in an article for WebMD, a registered dietitian says, with all the extra fat and sugar in processed foods, the calories can quickly add up, and this leads to weight gain. So this is forcing one population of people to eat these foods and even cause obesity in severe cases. And How Not to Die tells us about the risks of unhealthy eating, saying most deaths in the United States are preventable. And they are related to what we eat. Our diet is the #1 cause of premature death and the #1 cause of disability. So again, this population, because of poverty and income, is forced to spend their money and their SNAP on cheaper foods. Cheaper foods equal processed. Cheaper foods equal additives like salt, sugars, fats, and they lead to weight gain. And weight gain and all those horrible things that go along with it, like high cholesterol, they lead to premature death. So now this population is at an extreme disability, and it's something that we need to help with. SNAP can't help with choosing the right foods, but we can help give those foods to people, healthy whole foods that they need. So they can't do it without our help. So how to help? The Youth Changing the World organization gives us a few ways we can help. We need to get involved, we need to donate food to shelters, and we need to give to food banks. Now, you don't always have to give food, although it's great to donate healthy foods. If you can't afford to donate food, you should donate your time and help out and volunteer. Food security is a growing concern nationwide. 1 billion people are estimated to lack sufficient dietary energy and availability, and that's in the whole world, and at least twice that number suffer from micronutrient deficiencies. So when you are lacking those whole foods, you are having these deficiencies, and that's why we need to donate healthy foods to people in need. Even if they're on the SNAP program, they still need healthy foods, they still deserve to get that. And people that cannot be on these programs like SNAP, they should have the opportunity to be healthy and live a healthy life too. So spread the word about these programs and charities. The Feeding America organization is a great one, but we need to donate to places like that so they have the time, energy, and money to give these awesome healthy foods. They're always healthy to people in need, and that's an amazing concept, but they can't do it without us giving to them and us helping them out and spreading the word. At Montco specifically, there is a food bank. So if you go to the college, you can donate to that food bank. And if you're a hungry college student and you need food, please utilize it. Spread the word about it like I'm doing now, because it's very important that people know that they have these tools to use if they're hungry and if they need help. And we should be giving to these places because they do great things. And especially in a community like Pottstown, because it is a low-income community, it's extremely important and we need to help. So, conclusion, individuals need to help fill the gaps that the government cannot. Yes, the government is trying to do great things, but it's not 100%. 1 in 7 people are still going hungry, and we can help make that 0 people going hungry in the United States. That is the ultimate goal. Charities need funding. If you can act, you should act. If you are someone who is fortunate enough to not wonder where their next meal is going to be, then nobody else should wonder where their next meal is going to be. If you can help, you should help, and you should help starting now. Thank you.